So 3, 2, 1. Hi! Welcome to another episode of Phoenix Reads. This is just between me and you guys on the YouTube. I am just giving you guys a heads up. I have changed a few things. I changed my intro. You guys will hear it. I'm also trying to give more of an intro for you guys, which I completely forget about 90% of the time because I do stream this live when I'm doing it. So I kind of forget about the opening for YouTube. I just kind of do it for the podcast, and I'm trying to get better at doing both. So, we might have an interruption. I don't know. My husband is working close by this week, so he's coming home for lunches. I have absolutely no idea if he will be interrupting this stream or not. Fingers crossed he doesn't get home till after, like, yesterday. But yeah, so a few things. I'm going to make a face to find... because I've been making my own, I've started to try and make my own YouTube thumbnails for that instead of just using my little character like I have been doing if you watch my YouTube videos after the fact. So yeah, I am going to try and make a face. We are going to be doing some off my chest, so I'm assuming it is going to be very shocking or annoying, or I might actually just wait and do it at the very end of this, I think. Yeah, I think we're gonna do that. I think instead of doing it now and making a strange-ass face for about 2 to 3 seconds so I have something clear to find, I'm going to do it at the end so it'll be even easier to find. We're going to do it the smart way. I don't do that a lot. I don't do a whole lot of smart things. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and get started with the intro. I have changed up the intro. Hold on, got to get rid of the pencil. Get under there. Okay, I've got my little thing to rest my iPad on, and we're gonna go ahead and get started. I've also kind of lowered the brightness. I hope that comes across okay. I might do it again here real fast just to... I think that looks better, actually. I mean, I've got the windows open like right next to me, so I may not even... There we go. That's at least a little bit better. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and get started with the intro here. Give me 1 second. Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Phoenix Reads. Today's episode is a series of off my chest / actually kind of a mixed bag today. I thought for Whatever Wednesday, we're gonna try and keep it with the original where we did kind of have Whatever Wednesday. I know it was kind of a little up in the air there for a while, and I'm still not exactly sure what each day is going to be. I think Mondays are going to be Am I the Assholes, and Fridays are going to be like fucked up Fridays for Today I Fucked Up. So I think Wednesdays are going to kind of be still the Whatever Wednesdays and just kind of be a catch-all. I think that that'll fit really well with what we do. So anyway, as usual, I don't read any of the stories I'm about to read to you. I will leave usernames in the descriptions if you want to go leave your own opinion on their post, given it is still up. My username for Reddit is in the description, and feel free to tag me in stories that you'd like to hear me read. Let's get started. Yeah, that's something new as well. I don't have any current ads going, so I have 2 different, like, final lines for my intro. Now, I need to come up with a sound for Whatever Wednesdays. I think I did for last week, and I don't honestly remember what the fuck I used. Because, of course, why would I remember what I used for my stuff? That would be crazy. That would be psychotic. You know what? Shit. You know what? Fuck it. If it's not the same, it's not the same. What's this? Nah. We'll do that one. Good thing I'm not recording via the podcast right now, because that would have been really annoying. Also, for anybody interested, I don't know when I will be able to announce it, but as soon as I can, I will. I have some very interesting news, and it's really fun and exciting. I'm very excited to let it know when I can. I don't know why I'm trying to do anything crazy with this. Okay, no, stay there, pencil. All right, we're gonna go ahead and switch back over. Oh, I guess I accidentally scrolled a little bit. I was like, why is that not the one that I had brought up? Oh, I'm so sorry. You guys, like, are gonna hear, like, most of that stuff, so. Also, I took some allergy pills today. I am hoping that that helps. Hold on. I'm hoping that helps, with the sniffles that I had. Because it's like, I feel like during recordings, all of a sudden, my nose just suddenly decides to, you know what, let's not let her breathe. So, that's fun. All right, we're gonna go ahead and get started. Hi, yep, here we are. We're gonna go ahead and get started with our first off of my chest. Some of these might either be reposts. So again, I will post the names of the ones that I have, given if they are still up. These are screenshots that I have saved. And I think some of these from this album are also screenshots that I did not do, that I have saved from that people have sent me. So we will see how this goes. I fell in love with my neighbor and just babysat his kids. Now I'm questioning my feelings. Awkward. Okay, so first of all, I'm new to Reddit, so sorry if there are any mistakes or something. I obviously can't talk about this with any of my friends or my mom. But then I saw a Reddit post on TikTok and I thought this would be a good place to talk about this. You might just get your ass torn in two on that though. Like, that's the kind of thing, like, about Reddit is... Hold on. Opening this up a little bit so I don't have to sit so close. Hopefully it also doesn't... Oh, that was not great. Hold on. Sorry. You think I'd get this down before I started this, but... Why would we be smart about things? I'm also going to post this in a couple of different places, so also sorry if this shows up multiple times. Finally, I know you are all going to judge me, but at least try to understand my side. Thanks. To be fair, that is what we do here. We try to understand both sides of the story. Sometimes it's hard, but we try. We're going to try. We're going to deep breath, and we're going to try. So, I'm a 34-year-old woman, and 7 months ago, I had a messy breakup with my long-term boyfriend. So, I moved in with my best friend and her husband in a house we were all renting together. It was then that I met my neighbor, who I will call Kay. He helped us move our stuff into the house, and I was instantly smitten. We live in the suburbs of a major city, so we both ended up taking the train to work at the same time each day. This is interesting. I've always wanted to, like, ride a train, like, to go places. I think that would be really fun. I live in Iowa. We don't have trains for stuff like that, so I would love to do it sometime. I knew Kay had a wife and kids very early on. So he's married. This isn't going very well so far. He talked about them often and pictures of them on his lock screen, social media, etc. However, initially it started out as a very innocent, silly crush. And to be fair, that's fine. I'm not saying you can't have crushes on married people. Like, we do it for celebrities all the time. It's just if you take it too far or don't respect their relationship, that it becomes a problem. You can't always control who you are attracted to. You can control your actions of said attraction, and that's wherein lies the issue for a lot of things. He is handsome and funny and sweet. The first time we rode the train, he asked me about my job and seemed genuinely interested in what I was saying, which is something my ex never did and is something we fought over a lot. He is always doing things for his kids, like bringing home treats and stuff for them and staying on the phone with his older daughter the entire ride to work because she needed a pep talk before a school presentation. That is really sweet, I'm not gonna lie. It was just so easy to imagine how lovely and attentive Kay would be with me because he is like that with everyone else. I'm sorry for anybody listening via podcast. I have no idea what that background noise is. I can hear it just now as I got quiet, so I can hear some weird... I think it's somebody who's in the bathroom. Oh, that's weird. I think it's like a flushing, like it's the plumbing. Kay has never said or done anything to imply that he has feelings for me yet, but we are genuinely friends by now because we talk on the train, which is about a 20-minute ride almost every weekday. Why am I giving, like, romantic scammer vibes right now? Like, somebody messages you and, like, you know, you get that random Facebook message on, you know, obviously Facebook Messenger. And they go, like, oh my gosh, like, you're so adorable. Like, oh, cool, thanks. And it's like, I love you. And it's like, motherfucker, it has been 5 words that I have said to you. What? It's giving me that vibe, or it's giving me, pardon me, it's giving me Twilight vibes. Hey, we've hung out for all of, like, 2 weeks. So, guess what? You're stuck with me now. Forever. Anyway. Almost every weekday. I have never had trouble getting the attention of men, and with this, I'm making faces right now, so if you're not watching the video, it's probably a very weird situation right now, but I'm making faces. This is very cringy. For me, anyway. And with this basis, we already have, I know we could easily become something more. Except the fact that he's fucking married. I also learned shortly after I developed feelings for him that his wife is someone I went to school with. And I was surprised because they are polar opposites. He is funny, she is dry. He is exciting, she is cautious. He is a little dumb, she is very smart intellectually. I can't talk. You know what I'm saying. You know what I'm trying to say. Look-wise, this feels mean, but yikes. I'm trying so hard not to be a smart mouth about this. I'm trying to get through it before I make any smart-ass comments. I think I've already failed though. I just don't think that their personalities fit very well together at all. It's probably because you have a thing for him and you're wanting to fuck him and be with him. So you're not seeing what she has to offer him that like he does. And to be fair, it's not up to you. I can easily see Kay getting stuck in a relationship because he's just so nice. Or, shocker, he loves her. Holy fuck, right? I mean, holy shit. Amazing. Somebody loves somebody they're married to. Crazy. The issue is that yesterday evening, Kay knocked on my door and asked if I could watch his kids for a bit. This was, of course, no trouble, and I said yes right away. He told me that his wife had gotten into a car accident while away on a business trip, and because she is pregnant, he was super worried and had booked the next flight out to go see her. They don't have any family in the state currently, so he asked me to keep an eye on them for a few hours while a family friend drove several hours to watch them at night. Now is there the issue came in. These kids were an absolute nightmare. There were 3 girls, and the oldest was your typical bratty preteen times 1,000. She was rude and didn't respect my authority at all. Yeah, because she's a fucking preteen and she doesn't know you and you're not her fucking mom. So, obviously, arguing with me about everything from dinner to who had to clean up to what movies she was allowed to watch. I even heard her call me a bitch under her breath. Probably because you are a fucking bitch. A couple times. The middle was rowdy and constantly wanted to play loud, messy games even when I told her no. The youngest was mostly sweet and quiet on her own, but she joined in with whatever drama the middle wanted to create. Yeah, that sounds about right. It culminated in me agreeing to play hide and seek with the younger 2 and ended up getting locked out of the house when I went back and tried to convince the oldest to let me in through the back screen door. She pretended she couldn't hear me and put her headphones in. Thankfully, the family friend arrived a few minutes later and let me in, and then I went home. This makes me sad because before now, I would often dream about being a stepmom to Kay's kids one day because of how highly he would talk about them. Now, I want nothing to do with them, but at the same time, this is further proof that Kay and his wife are not happy because children from a happy home do not behave like this. They sound like they're acting like fucking regular kids to me, so I have no idea what you're thinking kids are supposed to be like. I just want to have a relationship with Kay, but I do not know if it is possible because his kids and I would not get along, and this is even before a potential divorce. But you haven't... He talks about his wife all the time. They are obviously happy together. Who the fuck said anything about a divorce? This lady, holy shit. Before a potential divorce where their mother could easily get them to hate me. I really love Kate, and I know that we could have a beautiful relationship if I pursued this. But this has really shaken me. I just wish I had someone to talk to about this, but everyone in my life would judge me. Do you think maybe it's because you're making a stupid-ass choice? Just a fucking thought. Maybe you're making a stupid-ass decision, and everyone's gonna try and talk you out of it because it's a stupid-ass decision. I'm just saying. It's... Woo! Okay. Be quiet. I'm assuming this woman got her, like, ass torn into on Reddit, because... Seriously, like, where to even start? Where to even end with that? You're talking about a potential divorce. He talks about his wife all the time, and is obviously very happy and in love with her. Where the fuck is the idea of a divorce coming through? Like, that's not going to happen. I hate to break it to you, lady, but, he's not getting divorced, and you're not getting a relationship. Leave your opinions, please. In the comments, if you're watching this on YouTube, I think there are comments that you can, make opinions on for this on, Spotify as well. Please, go for it. My ex-fiance is threatening to sue me for ownership of a ring that has been in my family for generations, saying that it automatically goes to the man. Is this true? Alabama. Oh. There's some men, I use that term lightly, that I just want to fight. And I feel like this is one of them. I'm not a confrontational person. Like, I will never be the one to go up and start a fight with somebody. I will never be the one to go up and start yelling at somebody and, you know, trying to fight them. But I'm fairly certain if I ever met this motherfucker in a dark alley, I'm swinging on sight. My ex-fiance is threatening to sue me for ownership of a ring that has been in my family for generations, saying that it automatically goes to the man. Is this true, Alabama? I recently broke off an engagement due to my ex being a cheating whore. That sounds about right. The ring I wore during the engagement was an heirloom willed to be by my late grandmother. It is traditional in my family that this ring is passed... Ooh, sorry, I lost my breath for a moment. Is passed to the eldest daughter, and my mother had been keeping it safe for me until I found the one. Obviously, you were using it for the wrong one. My ex knew this and asked for it when he asked for my mother's permission to propose. She gave it to him, and he had possession of it for less than 24 hours before he proposed. Like, he was fucking ready. He was just like, now. He's like, we're gonna do this. We're gonna get it done. It's on. Now that we've broken up, he's demanding that I give him the ring back. He's insistent that Alabama law makes it illegal for me to keep the ring, that in the event of an engagement ends, the ring must be returned to the man, period. I looked into it, and all I can find is that the ring belongs to whomever paid for it. When I told him this, he told me that I don't have any claim on the ring since I didn't purchase it. I was only willed it, and the fact that it was willed to me is irrelevant since my mother gave it to him. He's demanding that I return the ring and any information I have about the insurance policy on it. It's extremely old and much more valuable than your average K jeweler's piece. He says that if I don't return the ring by Monday, he'll sue me for it or its value in court. I say bring it on, motherfucker. And then you countersue for any legal fees that you incur to this and also some emotional damage because courts love that, and who doesn't want a little bit of extra money? Can he seriously do this? This ring has been in my family since the 19th century. Does he really own it simply because he's A, male, or B, it sat in his pocket for less than a day? Would the fact that my mother was only storing it for me to keep it safe / maintain the surprise of an engagement matter? It wasn't hers to give away. TLDR. I was willed a family ring and my ex used it to propose. Now he says he owns it because he's a man and the ring always goes to him. You got a fucking ring, you gonna have a fucking... No, he'd probably like that. Give the man a ringworm, that's the fucking ring he can have. Some of OP's comments, again, so this isn't like the original post. This is from the best of Redditor updates. Some of OP's comments which give further context to the story. He is indeed hopelessly stupid. Really? I never would have guessed by what I've heard so far. He's still insisting that he didn't cheat on me. He was merely opening his side of the relationship. If your partner doesn't know and is not open to the opinion or to the choice of an open relationship, it's cheating. I'm gonna say that one more time for anybody that might be this stupid. If your partner doesn't know about it and did not consent to an open relationship, it's cheating. End of story. The day before I left him, he told me that he wanted an open relationship, and I totally respect polyamory, but since I'm not polyamorous, I don't want an open relationship. Hence, it was cheating. He said that was great news because he didn't want a fully open relationship. He wanted me to stay faithful to him, but look the other way if he slept with someone else. These people procreate. I don't want to burst your bubble on this, but I just got to remind everybody. These people procreate. They fucking give birth to other and produce other stupid ass children. This is why we need to just take the warning labels off of stuff and let nature take its course. Darwinism at its finest. Oh. He wanted me to stay faithful to him, but look the other way if he slept with someone else. I was flabbergasted that this educated... Is he educated? Is he fucking really? Look, and I'm not trying to make an Alabama joke. I'm not. But I'm about to ask my Alexa to sing me a song from Alabama. Sometimes I don't know if she's listening or not, so I'm just kind of making sure she don't hear me and accidentally go off again. I was flabbergasted that this educated, formerly apparently kind and normal man could be such a fucking moron. The audacity of these men, I tell you. I told him that was what he wanted, or if that was what he wanted, we were done. Whoop, sorry. He actually had the balls to say, "No, we're not, love." Or, "No, we're not. Love you, babe. See you tomorrow." When I got to his house the next day to get my things, he was fucking one of his co-workers. The caucasity. This man has to be white. I'm telling you right now, this man has to be a white man. Because the caucasity. The caucasity. Oh, on the kitchen table, I built him from scratch and tried to tell me it was not a big deal. It was no big deal since they'd actually been together for months and I'd be happy, and I'd been happy the whole time. You know what? It's not just on site. If I get a whiff of this man, I'm fucking fighting him. Sorry to unload on you, but the point is that, yeah, you were right. I dodged an intercontinental ballistic missile-sized bullet. Bitch, yeah, you did. I just wish he'd shown his assholery sooner and I hadn't wasted 2 years of my life on someone so momentally selfish and divorced from reality. I did not. I briefly considered it, but I did not. I briefly considered it, but I made that table out of wood salvaged from his childhood home when it burned down, and he's extremely attached to it, and I know he'll never get rid of it. So I hope that every time he sits down to eat at it for the rest of his life, he remembers what an unfathomable trash villain he was to me. That's a good word, trash villain. I love that word. That's a great word. That's a great word to add to your everyday vocabulary. Knowing that the table will instill him with a lifetime of guilt gives me significant more satisfaction than the momentary enjoyment I would have gotten out of destroying the table. That's right. That's some petty shit we love. We love petty shit here. Plus, I may not be a professional carpenter, but I'm pretty good for a gal who does woodworking in her brother's basement. I made that thing fucking indestructible. No way I'd be going at it without at least my chainsaw, which silly me didn't think I'd need when I went to pick up my spare clothes from my whore of an ex. And there's an update. Hold on. Water. Please, that's a water break for everybody watching / listening. Take a drink of the nearest water that is clean. I don't think I need to make that, like, apparent, but y'all are listening and watching me, so I'm just making sure. I wanted to say thanks for all of the advice and support I got when I posted on here a while back. I was in a pretty shitty place, and I can't describe how awesome it was to have literally hundreds of people telling me what a pathetic douche chill my ex is. That's a great word, too. Douche chill. As my title suggests, I don't have a thrilling update for you. A lot of you warned me to be on the lookout for him trying to take back the ring himself, which my family and friends were also worried about. I'm very blessed to come from a large family, so on Monday afternoon, a few of my male cousins / second cousins / concerned family friends and their firearms came to my apartment to keep me company. My female cousins didn't want to be left out, so they came too. Excuse me. Sorry. Several of them also toting firearms. Through a garbled family phone tree, one of my uncles completely misconstrued the purpose of the family gathering at Ring Throwaway's 1010's house. That's the username. And arrived bearing a case of liquor and a massive Publix sheet cake. Well, they are in Alabama, so the Publix makes sense. My grandfather eventually showed up with his banjo and some beautiful pictures of my grandmother wearing the ring in question. As you can imagine, this turned into one of the better parties, and Ring Throwaway's 1010 congratulations on not marrying an asshole party will live on in family lore. That is why don't we do that more? When your best friend, sorry, I gotta itch my eye. When your best friend breaks up with a complete douche chill, and, they were gonna get married to him, instead of having a bachelorette party, have a fucking, you dodged a giant fucking bullet party. Like, that's fantastic. We should do that more often. That should be a normal, everyday thing. Since my original post, I've gotten a lot of extremely nice messages and calls from my ex's family, all of whom are not currently speaking to him. I thought they were being sarcastic for a second there, and I'm like, oh great, like, they're fucking assholes too. His brother called me the day after the table incident to ask what happened, and I told him the truth, which I can only assume was passed around. His dad assured me that my ex won't be trying to sue me for the ring, and told me that if I ever hear from my ex again, I should call his dad and he will bring the pain. He also sent me a gift card for several $100s to Home Depot in case I ever want to make a better table for a better man. Hopefully that will be the last thing about this breakup that makes me cry. That is so fucking sweet. Like, seriously, that's freaking adorable, and that's so wholesome. Where the fuck did that man go wrong in raising that asshole of a child? I also got an STI screening. That's also a good point. That's also something that we should not be afraid of, STI screenings, especially after you find out your partner's been cheating on you. Woo! Which turned out negative. My gyno said that everything looked perfect, absolutely pristine. So I may not be getting married in 3 months, but at least I have pristine genitalia. You know what? You gotta look at the bright side on everything. And pristine genitalia, that's a hard thing to pass up. TLDR. Family came to keep me safe in case ex came back for ring. Developed into raucous family party, complete with cake and grandpa on banjo. Ex is experiencing full-on Amish shunning from his family. His dad bought me a gift card to Hoe Deep for my future carpentry endeavors. I don't understand that, but I'm trying to see if there's a joke in there. Not only am I STI free, my vagina is pristine. And one last comment that is the cherry on this update cake. No, he surely is not. Obviously, my ex can rot in whichever circle of hell designated for whores. I want to say second, but wasn't the most enthusiastic Dante student. But his parents are awesome people, and it makes me sick that they're so torn up about how terribly their son acted. There were a lot of, where did I go wrong tossed around when they called me. His dad was so mad he took the table back and told him he didn't deserve it. Woo! That is like the best update and story I think we've ever had on here, because it's like we've got a conclusion. homeboy got what he fucking deserved. Like, how often do we have, like, that kind of satisfactory of a story? Oh, I love it. I do. I love it. All right, we're going to go on to the next one, because I don't have any words for that. That was just a brilliant story to share. Just brilliant. Like, 2 thumbs up, and we going to clap for that, too. Not the clap, thankfully, because we all STI free here. Well, I mean, even if you're not, as long as you're being safe. Be safe. OP sues his ex and her boyfriend over stolen Lego sets. This does say it's inconclusive, so I guess we're going to trade one super satisfying story for one that's not as satisfying. I am not the OOP. OOP is Lego My Lego 753899263. OOP deleted their account. Am I the ex for suing my ex and her boyfriend? So this takes place January 16th, 2021. So we've been 2 years past this. My ex and I divorced 3 years ago. She was cheating, but at this point, I don't care about the relationship anymore. The pending lawsuit has nothing to do with her or him, but rather their actions. My ex and I have son, 13M, that we split time with 50-50. He's a great kid that interests have changed a lot, to be honest, as I imagine more kids/teenagers tend to do through the years. One thing my son was heavily into at some point was Legos. He used to play with them all the time, and personally, I think they're a great toy for different reasons. I used to love playing with him, and to this day I still collect boxes that I leave unopened as a collection. Well, my ex and I divorced, and she got someone with who loved making Legos more, I guess. I guess that's just her thing. Some people, their thing are, good butts, or, like, muscles, or, a dad bod, or, a little bit of flab here and there. Some people, they're like, you know what my dude has to have a kink for? Legos. Just saying. I guess, you don't need a whip if you can just walk across the thing of Legos. Or lay on them. Sorry, getting too weird here. From what I know, he loves making creations and building the sets in. I don't care. Seems cool. He does one thing I think is very weird. He uses crazy glue so the sets can't break or pieces can't be lost. It seems so weird to me. Y'all, I think I know where we're going with this. The issue is I was out of town for all 3 days last week for medical reasons, and my son wanted to get his PS4 so he could play it at his mom's. This isn't out of the ordinary at all, and he has a key, so he let me know he would be stopping over for it. I told him to have fun when I saw him on the entry camera. My wife's husband was with him, which was a no-no. I told him via speaker to not go in and to wait on the porch. He flinched, but walked in anyway. I sent my ex a text telling her to call him and tell him he's 1 minute away from a cop call. He left my home with a bag in his hand, which I didn't think too much of because my son had his games too. Y'all, this is stealing. I'm just saying it. Well, my son texted me later that evening and said he didn't know it at the time, but he's pretty sure stepdad took some of my sets. They are all old sets, and 2 are worth big money. When I got home, I confirmed the missing sets and called my ex. She had no idea, but he admitted he took them, but it was my son. Okay, hold on. She had no idea, but he admitted he took them, but it was so my son could have the sets to complete his collection. My son doesn't even like Legos anymore and told his mom he wouldn't steal from me. My wife asked how much it would cost to replace them, and unfortunately, it's more than their savings. Goddamn. Actually, it would take their house down payment plus more. I told them that if they didn't pay in 2 weeks, I was suing and pressing charges. The price and the sets make it a felony. Maybe, just maybe, we shouldn't steal other people's stuff. Just throwing that out there. I know it's a crazy thought. I'm just throwing that out there because it's like, maybe stealing's bad, okay? The ex and her husband are saving for a house, which would give my son more space when he's there, but those sets were going to help pay for his education someday or a home of his own. I filed the police report and have talked to a lawyer, and we're moving forward with the suit. Good. Everyone is calling me a joke because they are just toys, but I don't get it. They are worth real money. I'm not rich, guys. I needed those to help with my son's future. But again, taking this money does deny my son things at his mom's house. This is a very tricky situation. I can understand. But, those are yours. You bought them. You paid money for them. He was told that he was not allowed in and went in anyway. So in a way that I don't know if that's breaking, or it's probably not breaking and entering because he didn't break in, but it's probably definitely some sort of trespassing, I would hope. My other thing about it is that he stole it. Like, it doesn't matter if you were going to sell them eventually. He didn't buy them. He didn't buy them and then ruined, because I'm assuming he opened them already, which is why he can't get them back. Oh, yeah, here we go. Edit. I have been asked to add these facts. The sets have been opened, which more than half their worth, and one was glued together. The damage was done already. The stolen items are, so this is for anybody that is super into Legos or would understand, I guess, the severity of what this guy took. I am not one of those people, but for those that might be listening and or watching, I'm going to let you know what they were. King's Castle, Milk Truck, Legoland, Train Carousel, and the glued one was a Star Wars Snowspeeder. Star Wars are really, really hot topics no matter what you do. And so I can only imagine for like old original Star Wars Lego pieces like that. Woo! Some of these are one piece of a larger set. So if you lose one of the 5, you lose the value of the one produced plus the vault of the set as a whole. Second edit. Ex-wife and boyfriend are the same as ex-boyfriend. I'm just a bad writer. Oh, okay. So, I guess I didn't realize because I was able to keep track, but so if at any time he says ex-boyfriend or ex-husband, they're one and the same person. Third/final edit for this post. I know I haven't been here much, but I have read many of your comments and taken them to heart. I know my spelling is poor, guys, and I apologize for the format. Calling me names as my private messages was not called for, and I am not a scalper. I enjoyed buying these sets and do not intend to sell all of them, but I want my son to go to college and not worry about debt. So I wanted to sell the ones that I can to help. The fact that this man has gotten his collection stolen from and people are giving him shit about it, I mean, that's Reddit for you, but at the same time, that's super fucked up. So I want to sell the ones I can to help. I never had the smarts for higher education, but my son is not me, and I love him and want him to do better. Around 4 p.m., I called the local state police and met at their facility. I gave them all I had and gave my statement. My son is with me starting tonight, so when I picked him up, I sent him into GameStop and called his mom. I told her I had filed charges, and I asked for the cop to call me when everything was done so I could give him the opportunity to turn himself in. I wanted to be better than he treated me. I'll save her reaction for a real update, by the way. Can somebody please tell me how to update because I don't really understand the steps in the main notes. So apparently we are getting an update, and I do see it starting below where I'm reading. I told my son when we got home what I did and why. My son said that I did the right thing because he didn't want his stepdad to think it was okay to do it again. And if he didn't want to go to jail, he'd rather be here away from him so it wasn't weird. That makes a lot of sense. Update, date unknown, removed after posted. I apologize, I'm not the best at Reddit, and I guess that the moderators at Am I the Asshole deleted my update. If you have any follow-up questions, I'll try my best to answer you though it could take some time. I have received a few requests regarding posting an update, and I did promise to update the situation once it was resolved. And as far as I have any say, the headache is over for the most part. I can't say that I feel whole, but I'm not angry about it as I think the consequences are something to respect. Woo! Alright, give me a sec. I'm going to adjust. Oh, goodness. Sorry for anybody watching at home. My nose still gets stuffy when I read. I don't know why. You'd think that it would be better now. Let me turn this down because I'm a little bit closer. Whoa. That went down too low. I read through most of the comments and really appreciate the time most of you took out of your day to offer advice and well wishes. I know, god damn it, this thing is not sitting right for where I need it to. Okay. I know I didn't respond to all of them, but your time and care were noted. I accept your judgments, but I must say that your kindness blew me away, while some took the time out of their day just to be mean, which is on you, I guess. I understand Legos are toys, but I enjoy the hunt, and it's worth it to me. Also, I'm just gonna put this out here. It's none of y'all's business what somebody else wants to spend their money on and collect. Regardless, stealing is stealing. Just gonna throw that out there, but stealing is stealing. Just like no is no. Crazy! As I said, I decided to go to the police with the video, my statement, text from my ex, and emails. I told the police I wanted this pursued as he had entered my house after being told not to and stole valuables. They took everything I had to offer, and as of yesterday, my ex's boyfriend/husband was charged for a few different violations/laws. He was charged with grand larceny. I had a stutter when I was younger. I think I've been over this before, but I had a stutter when I was younger, and so now as an adult, I just mix words together. I've been doing that since I was like, I think 10, 11, like shortly after I got over my stutter. He was charged with grand larceny and breaking and entering. Hey, I didn't know if it would be breaking and entering because he didn't like break anything, but I'm assuming that's just the general term. Entering among a few other charges. My ex is really upset at me and him. However, she bailed him out, so I'm guessing she isn't too upset with him. I would have let his ass rot. Just saying. Ex-boyfriends has called a few times and showed up once. He's left the used sets on my porch. It doesn't matter. You still ruined them. And I'm not sure what he thinks that does at this stage. They aren't worthless, but their value is less than half. I told my lawyer he did this, and she was blown away. I sent an email to my ex telling her and him to stay away from me and my home, and I only wanted to hear from her if it was concerning our child. This was his first offense to my knowledge, so I didn't expect him to do jail time. However, my lawyer said that it was possible due to the amount of crimes and when/how they took place. Apparently, doing that during the day is worse, and he did it in front of my child, which doesn't help him. I expect a leg if they... Okay, this part doesn't really make sense, so I apologize. I'm just going to read it as it is. Apparently doing that during the day is worse, and he did it in front of my child, which doesn't help him. I expect probation, to be honest, with all of you, but I'm very far from a legal expert. I'm assuming that he means that they're going to give him probation. I spoke to the lawyer on Tuesday this week regarding the loss, and unfortunately, I'm looking at a tough road ahead of me. The pieces stolen are valued as what they sell at auction, the local DA will decide with which auctions are reputable, so that could go different ways. Moreover, hold on. Okay. Moreover, the fact that the boyfriend broke up, my sets were irrelevant. The lawyer said it would likely be stealing one baseball card out of an entire set and burning it. You are only allowed the value of that one card, even if you can't get that one card again. That's really stupid, to be honest. Like, they need to take... I feel like when it comes to the law like that, especially with something that grand in price, they still need to take it into mind of what everything would. Like, because that's not only... It's also kind of like defamation of property in a way. If you think about it, I get... Maybe. I'm no law expert. The fact that he returned them is an admission of guilt, she said, and that we could definitely reclaim the amount of money in an unopened set for each would be worth, but it doesn't make the matter better in my opinion. I know a lot of you thought 10 to 20K wasn't nearly enough for a house down payment, but in my neck of the woods, it's plenty, and my lawyer recommended we go forward with the civil suit, and I agreed. With that and the legal charges, I feel that is well enough. I will have enough savings and Lego stock, LOL, to fund his 4 years at a good state school. I wish I could do more, but you can't win them all. My son has been staying with me full time as he feels it's awkward at his mom's. Gee, you think? And he's pretty upset at his mom's about the whole thing, but I'm trying to smooth that out over the best I can considering the circumstances. He's asked to stay here full time, which I support, and told his mom as much. I told her we could do it through the courts or keep it simple, and I think she wants to keep it simple. Gee, I mean, they're probably doing enough court stuff right now. They probably don't have any money to do anything like that. I think she wants to keep it simple. I haven't thought much about child support, but I don't think asking for a small amount would be bad. I don't want to break my ex, but our kid should come first. Thank you to everyone for their well wishes and thoughts. Best of luck to everyone out there. Again, if you have any questions, I'll try my best to answer them. And then just a reminder at the bottom that this did not come from the original poster. So, give me 1 second. Again, I don't understand why my nose does this. It's almost at the point where it's giving me a headache. So, okay, this one seemed really long too, so I think we might actually just have a shorter Wednesday episode this week, guys. I don't necessarily want to, but, I think, this stuffy nose is giving me a headache, and I think you guys are all tired of my mouth breathing. So, anyway, thanks everyone for listening today. I hope you all enjoyed the podcast. If you know someone who likes my content, feel free to send me their way and a share. If you would like to send me a message with your own story, rant, question, unpopular opinion, or if you want me to tell others how you fucked up today, or any day, send me a message via any of my social media found in the description. Just look for my cute little avatar you see on whatever app you're listening on. Please give a rating if you enjoyed what you heard today. I hear that they help out tremendously. And as always, I will catch you all next time. Bye! And for everyone sitting at home watching this after the fact on YouTube, I'm glad you guys came by. I'm glad you guys hung out long enough to see the end of this. And I will see you guys all next time as well. Don't forget to like, subscribe, push buttons, leave a comment, whatever works. I'm just glad for the interaction. And I will see you guys next time too. Bye!